248, Brain Candy. Yeah.
How are you, Suze?
So good. Really, really good. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm recovering from the last weekend, and now I'm, feeling more hydrated. I can't even tell you. This is not an ad.
Feeling more hydrated. Yeah. I didn't think that's what you're going to say.
Yeah. This is not an ad, but
no.
Shout out to Liquid IV for
Shout
keeping
out.
me alive.
For real.
I gave that, and I gave my friend like 3 bags to go home with. He's like, "Can I have it?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yes, take more, take it all." I was like giving them away. Like they were just like that was the thing that saved me this weekend. So yeah, I feel kind of back to normal. I feel good.
How long did it last? Like the physical, where you're like feeling woozy?
72 hours. Like
real?
No, like not like woozy, but like I didn't feel like myself. But then I don't know what is the drug and what is just my anxiety from it,
Yeah.
Like, that's weird. But I feel, I've like, it's been like nothing will get you on the straight and narrow than accidentally being drugged and roofied. Like, I now want to I'm just like, really care about my nutrition and
I know this is why
I know that sounds crazy, but I'm like, I'm body, I gotta take care of it. I have been on my game with working out. I've been just
Sarah, that's what happened with all of us with Adam's concussion, and why I'm in the pump club and why I'm making all these changes, because thank God it wasn't worse, but it did knock some sense into us, like literally, where I was like, we cannot take health for granted. You should do everything you can to set yourself up, because you still could get hit by a bus, but like there are things you can't control. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, man. Yeah, it takes an accident or something like I was like, I don't know. It makes me want to be really in control of my body.
Well, that would make sense. I think
that is it. And so I have been like, I'm going to yoga. I'm going to work out. I'm going to like have my green drink. I'm just like, no toxins are going in this body.
I can totally see why that would happen after that experience. Yeah. Well, I wish you health. I wish you good health.
Thank you. Yeah. It's crazy. We had our first snowfall the other day. Can you believe that? It was like a freak snowfall. Like someplace in Utah, got a foot of snow.
Powder season already?
Oh, I know. Can you believe it, Susie? It's here. We've kind of
like a curse.
I know, but I'm so stoked. Look, I'm already talking about it. I'm going to do one of those videos. Like, have you seen those videos where it's like each day they'll go like one day listening to, there's one that's really funny that's Blink 182, and there's like day one of listening to Blink 182, day 2 of listening, and they progressively get more and more like looking like
the
a
band.
Thing. And then they're like, day 3 of listening to Blink 182, or like Tom DeLonge.
That's great.
And it's I feel like that.
Sarah's on day 2 of POW.
Day 2 of POW season. And
that is horrible. It is not.
Video.
It's way too early for that, Sarah.
I know.
It's like when people put up Christmas stuff in October.
Susie, as a lover of spooky season, I do not want us to hop, skip, and a jump right over my favorite of days.
Right? Yeah.
Of holiday.
So you get it.
Vibes. Yeah. So I'm not super. And plus, like it's fucking, what is it, 90 degrees outside today or something? So that shit's probably melted and already gone. It's not like it's like a real, season started kind of shit. Like how hot is it outside today? What do we got? 71. I guess it's not really hot. But
I mean, for me, that's like hot cocoa
that's
season.
That's a night though.
70.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always chilled to the bone. I'm one of those gals.
It's always like holding everything's ice cold or chilled to the bone. There's no like regular chilled.
So true. Yeah, man. I don't want it. I want hot stuff. Talk about some hot stuff, baby, this evening. Yeah. I never talked about the Donna Summer documentary on here because it was not great. I'm just saying.
Oh, you know what? I think you didn't talk about it on here.
I edited it out. I did talk about it, and then I edited it out. I'm like, that wasn't even interesting. It was such a bad documentary that even me talking about it was boring. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Great music, bad doc.
Right. You can't be good at everything.
Right. You can't. Okay, well, I have 1,000 million fantastic stories to share with you
Are you
of things
sure?
I've learned. I am sure. There are a lot of things that are going to make us go, what the hell is going on?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Glitch in the Matrix? This is not a fan
Glitch in the
favorite.
Matrix. Glitch in the Matrix, and also like, sign of the times, maybe, things like that.
It's a sign of the times. We should do a whole like musical version of Brain Candy.
That's fun. Oh my God. What
We
if?
should.
We could. I could write that in 2 seconds.
You actually could.
I really could. That is like a secret hidden talent that I can come up with a song in like no time. Okay. Where do I want to start? I'm going to start with something that has nothing to do with it. It's not a sign of the times. It's a curious thing from the past that I recently learned about that I'm like, how the fuck?
Okay.
Have we never heard about this, never talked about this? This is such podcast material. Shout out to Eli for sending me something on this.
I think this is his first edition.
I mean, the first one that I've like
that
given
you
him
vetted.
credit for, but used.
Okay.
I mean, it actually might be. There are some things where I'm like,
Yeah,
close,
maybe.
but this
I do
one-
that all the time. I'm like, yeah, maybe if we get to it.
Yeah, this one takes the cake though.
Okay, let's hear it.
Have you heard of ornamental hermits?
No.
Susie, I didn't believe it either. I was like, that can't be a thing.
You're
Okay.
talking about.
Let me give you a little historical background.
Okay.
So the concept of ornamental hermits is a thing that was popular in the 18th and 19th century in England. And it kind of like, I mean, maybe made it like Scotland and parts of Ireland too, I think
It
it
like
said.
barely caught on.
I don't understand why. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So wealthy landowners would hire people to live as hermits on their estates
This is great.
for the purpose of creating this like, basically like romantic vibes.
Shut up.
And they would encourage them. They wanted them to grow their hair long, grow their fingernails long, dress in tattery clothing. And they would like live in these like rustic huts and caves. This is well documented. This isn't something that like I just like found on TikTok and was like, yep. Nope. Then I looked this up. Atlas Obscura did a whole article about it. Like, and I mean, I was like, fucking A, I got links. Like, this is real.
This is great.
I mean, this was like a time where okay, I know this now. I get it now. But in my mind, it's very difficult for me to sort out what is like old England stuff that happened and what's like medieval times
up.
versus like dragons and like
Yes, Game of
wizards
Thrones.
and warlocks. Like
Right.
I can't separate the two in my head. I don't know if it's because all the books, they all look the same. It's the same time. Like, so in my mind, this is like that
Right,
world.
like a hobbit in your house
Yeah.
or something.
And that's what they look like.
But it sounds like
The dream job? Yes, I know.
I missed my calling is what it sounds like. Okay, so here's what I'm sensing.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the early aughts when Paris Hilton et al. Would wander around with like a tiny dog in a bag?
Yes.
It's like a social status thing.
Oh, you are correct. It's an
That's what
accessory.
this
It is. And they used humans as like, look at how our like spatial estate like has such like mystical and magical grounds that we
Yeah.
have
We attract
have
these-
a hermit who just lives here who's like doing mystical witchy things basically.
Absolutely. That's what it is. It's like, look how cool I am. That even hermits with their weird cult look want to hang out on my property.
It said that this article says the presence was intended to add an air of eccentricity and whimsy to the landscape, enhancing the overall aesthetic and appeal of the estate.
I see it. I get it.
oh, how times have changed because homeless vagrants on your property,
squatters.
Not so appealing these days. And for the joke, I said that I know there are people facing unhoused people. So
I feel like they said that I just heard that term now is on the out, and now you got to say people experiencing homelessness. That's too many syllables. I'm sorry. I am out. I'm going back to homeless. You pushed your limit with the unhoused, and I'm like, okay.
And guess what? It's still a problem, and nobody's done anything. We can call it whatever the fuck you want. No, you still got to do something about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
but
I'll go with whatever you want me to call it as soon as people start taking action, and I'm not seeing that so much.
What was the going rate? Like, how much do you think they made?
I want to say
middle
free
class
room and board.
Okay, free room and board.
I'm thinking it didn't say. Not
and
that
those
I
people
read.
aren't really into possessions. They just want to hang out and do their artsy, weird.
I mean, who knows? Either that or they're like, okay.
The greedy ones start cults.
Are these like character actors, like people who are doing that thing?
Right.
Susie's silently laughing for those who are wondering. I was trying to get her to do a spit take there. She was drinking.
But it's like method actors. This is like they have to embody the role, but they don't actually feel this way. They're like, I just grow my nails long for this guy that pays my rent.
People who are like, working at the Renaissance Fair and into that, like that. Oh. Or is this like, these are the cuckoo crazies who aren't getting a job anywhere else, and they're like, hey, you want to go be a
my vote actually is most of the people that I've met that sort of could fall into this category of like woo woo hippy dippy whatevs believe their own bullshit.
Okay, so you think the people who the estate owners are recruiting to play the Ornamental Hermits are
that's so
woo-wooey themselves. Like they're already playing the part, and they're like, "Hey, come, we'll give you a place. So. We'll give you a mystical lab to do your little potions and experiments in on our property.
It's a patronage."
Okay,
I think.
Okay,
yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that. Kind of like the Medici family was like, "Hey,
we want to support your
go ahead, sculpt
do
over
your
in
thing."
The garden. Yeah,
right.
That's cool fun you're sculpting.
There probably were a few that were like us who saw a great opportunity for like free home and food.
I'm like I get to play witch forever.
I get to burn some sage, no problem.
Right.
Coming right up.
And have you seen housing prices? Do you know what rent is like?
Sarah, too, can really just like go with the flow. So if someone's like, I really need you to be this, she's like, got it. I can do that, no problem.
Yeah,
that's how she is even about like wearing certain types of clothes. But when she wears them, she has to have them fresh. And that's only possible with laundry sauce. Am I right?
You are correct. And now everywhere I go, I'm smelling fantastic. And here's what I've learned. I did a little experiment.
I learned some things too. Go ahead.
I learned that I am not necessarily allergic to fragrance or things that smell.
Right.
I am allergic to chemicals.
Right. Which
makes
usually
total sense.
Usually they go hand in hand.
Yeah, and usually they go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. So I, as you know, I'm a sensitive gal, and so I have to get things that don't have any chemicals like added to. Ugh. And so a lot of laundry detergents I am very sensitive to.
A laundry sauce, they stripped away all the unnecessary ingredients and artificial dyes, and then they maximized all the stain fighters, so that's still happening, and enzymes, so they're coming out fresh and new. But the thing I'm in it for is the scent, because let me tell you, there was an incident. I do not know what happened. I am very on top of my washer. Like I clean it and I make sure it's maintained, but my clothes smelled like dog.
Oh.
Lincoln went to put on a hoodie one morning and he almost vomited. It's actually the funniest thing, but at the time I was pissed. And I was like, I do not deserve this. I take care of my stuff. Anyway, now we're using laundry sauce and we do not have this problem. So I don't know.
Amazing.
It smells amazing. They have some sort of special perfume house helping them with these scents.
Yeah. Fragrant house. Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
maybe perfume house. Like
no,
yeah.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
My favorite is Australian sandalwood. They have Egyptian rose too, cyber
love that
pine.
one.
I mean, they're just really nice. And
They're
people will be
elevated,
like, "What are you wearing?"
like fancy, like luxury scents. Like this is like I swear that baby powder smelling crap.
Hard pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Remember, when you smell your best, look your best, and feel your best, you're ready to take on the rest. So head to laundrysauce.com/braincandy and use promo code braincandy at checkout for 15% off. That's the best offer you'll find, but you must use our code braincandy for 15% off. One last time, that's laundrysauce.com/braincandy, promo code braincandy for 15% off. I texted my sister the other day and I said, "Hey, Gret, that laundry sauce is the real deal. I freaking love it." And she goes, "I already bought it yesterday." She already was on it.
Nice.
She didn't even need to hear
the spiel.
Yeah, it was so good. Anyway, okay.
I love it.
So that is wild. I wonder why this didn't actually catch on. If it's going to get you social capital.
Yeah, I mean,
why were the Ornamental Hermits like short-lived?
It must be because that I would imagine that things probably swung in a different direction. Like that was maybe they were the more like mysticism, like it was like magic kind of stuff. And then maybe after that was like the science. I'm thinking it's like a scientific revolution.
Yeah.
And so people
The
instead
Age of Enlightenment.
Yeah.
People were like, "Wait a minute.
Yeah.
These people are weird."
Yeah. Scientific method. Wait. Yeah. And I feel like they would hire somebody like they would build things like, so what are they called? Like where you can look at the star planetarium or something like that instead.
Right. I love
This
what you're
is Sarah's
saying.
got a theory. I don't fucking know. What do I know? Nothing. I'm just trying to be an ornamental hermit. That's,
Like Archimedes. They would hire some guy like that to be like, "Can
you say Archimedes and my mind instantly goes to the little bird from the Sword in the Stone cartoon."
No, I know Archimedes from the hit PBS children's show Square One, which I was obsessed with. Oh. They had a song. It goes, it is a musical today. Oh my God. Okay. It goes, Archimedes. And then he goes, "Solve the problems of his day using math in amazing ways. His great work lives on today. Archimedes." He figured out that like you needed leverage to like move stuff up and down.
Very smart.
I mean, to me, it's like, duh.
Yeah. Right. So.
But that's because of him.
Great song.
Thanks, Sarah.
Isn't that fun when you remember ones and like I had a good hour making food in my kitchen the other day where I listened to on repeat the Veggie Tales song, the hairbrush song.
Sing it.
Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, where is my hairbrush? But they do it like an opera, and it's very funny because they have like a narrator who comes in and it'll be like,
he couldn't find his hair.
In a towel. He's searching for his hairbrush. And then it's like, and so it's very funny because then like the peach finds the hairbrush. He goes, "Larry, your hairbrush, you didn't use it. You didn't really need it. You don't have any hair. I gave it to the peach because he's got hair." And like that is like the funniest line in the world.
Times.
And then the narrator goes, "No hair for his hairbrush? What will become of him? What will become of his hairbrush?" And it makes me laugh so much. And I am a almost 40-year-old woman, and I listened to that for 1 hour, and I did all the voices in my kitchen, and it was very fun.
Wow.
Full dopamine adventure.
We did not plan for this musical episode.
We didn't.
But it happened.
Sometimes when you have a song in your heart, you just gotta share it with the world.
You know what, Sarah? That reminds me. We got this message from Brainiac, who is a new mom. And, being a new mom is not for the faint of heart. Right. And she listened to our episode where we were talking about the auto-tune evangelicals. Yeah. And she said, when we were saying, like, sing, shout to the Lord, like, sing with your whole heart, don't care if you're good. It doesn't matter if you're in tune. Okay. And she said it made her cry a little bit because she had not been singing to her baby because she didn't think she was good enough.
Oh, I'm going to cry right now. Okay, I'm getting teary-eyed.
I mean.
That is, sing. If you are like, if that story didn't convince you, come on. Those babies, sing to them. Who cares?
She had internalized that idea that she just was not enough, so much so that she thought her newborn was going to give a crap.
Right.
I mean, that is a bummer, and I'm glad we could reverse that.
Yeah.
Because sing it out, babe.
Yeah. And trust me, you're the best thing that kid's ever heard. Literally.
Literally.
It's good.
It is good. And I'm glad.
No,
right. There's a low bar.
Studies show that babies respond if you play the sound of the mom, like you could sing to your baby when they're in your stomach, and the baby will remember that and respond, and you can see the reaction in the brain when you play the mom's voice and singing.
Yeah, man, they know.
They're born. They absolutely know. So you just never feel shy or embarrassed to do that. Oh, what a great story.
It's kind of like when I go in the fridge and I get out that little pack of Smalls and I start to open it up and lava comes running. That's that sweet sound. It's like a symphony. And she starts singing. I'll say, I made a video today of it because I was like, Lava, are you hungry? And she's like, pow, 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 pow. They get so excited. Smalls cat food is the ticket. If you ever thought, I want to give them the really nice, like wet food, but you're like, but I'm not gonna because I'm not a glutton for punishment who's gonna have to smell that disgusting chow.
Yeah.
Then this is for you because this is human grade cat food that is, fresh, but doesn't stink. I don't know how they did it. I don't really care. I just know that my cats love it. And thank God, too, that they don't drink as much water now because they're getting a lot of it from the food.
Oh, yeah, they're getting hydrated from that.
I was like working day and night filling up that water bowl.
Please, don't you think you would be like thirsty if you were in that dry food all the time?
Like
you had a cracker before?
Snacks.
Yeah.
For real, it's like pretzels at a bar where they have to keep drinking.
Yeah.
It was like that. Okay, Smalls is the food we give to our cat. So if you want to give it a try, head to smalls.com/braincandy. Use our promo code braincandy at checkout for 50% off your first order plus free shipping.
And you could get a bunch of stuff. Like, like 50% off a thing.
Yeah, it's right. It's a big...
My friend ordered a whole bunch, and then she took a picture of it and sent it to me and was like, look at this, what I got, and you'll never believe how much I paid for it. It was like $0. Right.
Yeah. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use the code BRAINCANDY for 50% off your first order. One last time, promo code BRAINCANDY for 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That is true. And give it a try. See what your cats think and what you think. And believe me, you'll say, Suze, you were right about that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my ornamental hermit thing that you now know.
Oh my gosh,
I'm actually
crazy.
thinking, do we have a modern version of this? Okay. Something I think
weird,
you did such a good, like that example of the dog in the purse thing, like of things that are like
they're not ostentatious on their face. It's not as like a Rolls Royce,
right?
But it says status all the same.
Yeah, I will say that when I worked for Gucci and the people who shopped with me, that like I was like their personal Gucci consultant or whatever. Yeah. When they would invite us to their parties, and when I came to those parties and people would introduce me as like, oh, this is Sarah, she's my Gucci. I felt like ornamental.
Yes, you were an ornamental shopper.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, oh, I'm only here so that people know how fancy she is, and it doesn't even matter about me.
But like everybody won in that story.
Oh, hell yeah. That was great. I was making out like, woo! I made so much money then, and I was getting treated to a lifestyle that I was like, oh, a girl can get used to this. Like,
here's what's funny. I have to like make these notes if I think something's like worthy of social, like a TikTok or whatever. I would do it the entire time if I actually did it because like you're so funny and like the things you say are so funny that I should just like somehow mark the whole episode.
Oh my God. this, thank you so much. And that reminds me of a situation that came up that last weekend where I was hanging out with people that are in I don't know, I know one person in that group, and then he was introducing us to all of his friends. And then one of the women who was in that group was named Sarah. I didn't get to meet her, but they referred to her as Funny Sarah. And I was like, excuse me, I just need to interrupt real quick and ask if you are referring to her as Funny Sarah, as in like out of the two of us, like, am I a different Sarah? Am I like podcast Sarah or something, TV Sarah or something like
bad.
that? And they were like, no, just like in our friend group, you're just Sarah. Like she's just, and I was like, okay.
I'll be the judge of that.
We'll see. But she's apparently super smart and super funny. And
I
did talk to her the one night that I went out and
you just don't remember it?
But I have no idea. So she probably was hilarious and wonderful and charming. No idea.
But Sarah, how come nobody is giving us that nickname?
Yeah, I was like, I hope I'm Funny Sarah. But then I'm like,
saying like, this is Funny
Sarah, then am I even Funny Sarah?
Right. Are we not funny? We don't know.
I don't know. I'm laughing. Hey, make you laugh. That's it. It's like I'm just working for the one audience. That's Susie. Like if I can make Susie laugh, that's all I care about. Just want to make you laugh. Look at that. She's in her Pump Club shirt. Yes.
I'm in my Pump Club shirt. I shouldn't have taken my hoodie off because Sarah and I were twins, but I was getting flushed from all this laughter.
Oh, I like that.
And all this singing.
Right. Warms your heart right up and also your body. Okay, let's talk about other things. I have so many more interesting stories
what's
and
next on the
articles
agenda?
to talk about. I can't believe we didn't talk about this. We have to. How about that couple that bulldozed through the Great Wall of China, huh?
Okay. I didn't know it was a couple.
Yeah. Like,
tell me. I just saw
wife.
something happen.
And
How does that happen?
There's very little detail that I could find about their side of it or whatever. But what I did hear was that they were looking for a shortcut.
No.
Yes.
Are you trying to tell me that like the Great Wall of China is sort of like just around roads and like?
What do you mean? Like there's no like, let's cut through here. Like you got to go all the way around. And they were like, oh, for fuck's sake. I can't be bothered.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Right
so this was a ridiculous mistake. It wasn't like understandable.
No, this was a ridiculous mistake. Okay. They bulldozed through it. It required leveling of ground.
How did this happen? And like, what kind of a hurry were you in?
I don't know.
Where were they going?
So it was, let's see. They were from the Fujian province, and they used a bulldozer. Obviously, we talked about that.
I thought you were being exaggerating.
No, I'm not, Susie. When I said bulldozer, I mean a fucking bulldozer. I was not trying to be funny. Oh, God. I am not funny, Sarah.
I thought they just like ran into it with a car, but you were calling it a bulldozer.
I really mean actually used a bulldozer to destroy a section of it.
Well, this is not funny then. I'm mad about it.
I know.
What the hell did they think was going to happen? They thought this would all go great?
I think that they tried to say that I heard somewhere that they tried to say that they didn't know. But like, you mean to tell me you could see that thing from space?
Wait, they thought it was a regular wall? That's hilarious. We thought this was just a good wall.
Right. To know it's great.
You should have said so.
Like, not so great, maybe.
Oh, my.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it is really long, so maybe...
Yeah.
Maybe
and
they
people
thought...
are outraged, though. It's...
Oh, my God. You know how, like, there are a lot of... See, this is what I was saying about the hamster wheel guy.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the government has to get involved and save you from yourself because you're so dumb.
Yeah.
These
guys are dumb.
These people are dummies.
You know when you see signs and you're like, why do they need a sign here? Like, what idiot is going to do that?
Right, like, don't put your head in the toilet. Who's doing that?
Bulldoze through this wall.
Oh, my God. Are they going to jail?
Yeah, there are. I don't know what the charges are. That didn't say in what I read. But it's, I mean, obviously, like this very protected heritage site. And, like, they're going to face some...
I mean, maybe it was unrealistic to expect people to tolerate this thing for so long. It's like 2,000 miles long or something. It's a really big wall.
It's not like you didn't know it was there.
Yeah, they had it with that thing.
Right.
It's like blocking the way to like the Walmart or something.
Yeah. Could you imagine? You get out like Waze.
And like, it's like 5 hours.
Or...
Right. They should make underpasses.
Tunnels, like something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I had never...
Tunnels, yeah.
You know, I realized in just like looking at a little bit of the story that I do not know anything about the Great Wall of China and like where it goes or what. And then I saw some of the photos of it that go right along this like cliff edge. It's really beautiful. And
I heard it's wondrous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it. So. No, but I feel the same way that people make such a fuss about it that it's almost like...
Right. Please, we don't watch documentaries that too many people talk about. We're like, oh, really? Seventh Wonder? No, like,
we get it.
How great can it be?
Well, because like, to be honest with you...
Amazing, I'm sure.
You know how the Niagara Falls is one of those wonders? It's amazing. Yeah.
I feel... I'm gonna say there are 7 natural wonders, and then there are 7 man-made wonders.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's a different category.
Yeah,
whatever.
Do you see how assertive I was right there? I instantly regretted it. I was like,
no,
I mean, maybe
don't
I'm wrong.
regret
I don't
it.
know. Like,
I just know it's in some grouping where people act like it's like unbelievable.
Wonders. Yes, correct.
Wait, it's man-made?
No, not Niagara Falls.
What is?
Great Wall of China.
Okay, got it.
Now I have questions.
No, but no, you're right. But I'm just saying people act like Niagara Falls is like, you can't believe it. I can believe it. It's beautiful, but like, I can believe it.
Yeah. You've been there, yes?
Yeah. And it's so cool and fun and great.
Does it feel awe-inspiring and like, wow, the power of... Because I feel like that when I went to like the waterfalls in Yosemite, like Yosemite Falls, when you're like standing right over the top and it's so powerful, and then you see like the water, like the rainbow with the half dome, and it's a whole thing.
I see like, what you mean though about how like it's something else to be like these idiots built this crazy gigantic thing. Yeah. Okay, you're right. That is,
but there are the 7 wonders of the natural world. Yes. Okay.
What's in that? Grand Canyon?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Here what do we have? The wonders of the world. What are the 7 wonders of a natural world? Mount Everest. I feel like this is giving us mixed results because some people say there's 7, some people say there are 8.
And who says
wonders of the world?
Well, I mean, who picked 7 anyway?
Right. So some sources
100.
from across the web, they say Mount Everest, Victoria Falls in Africa, the Grand Canyon, Great Barrier Reef.
All right. These are great.
A lot of falls.
Those ones you named I get. And then is Niagara on
there? It is not. But Angel Falls and...
Well, I agree then.
Iguazu Falls. Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon I would agree with. Do you not? You think it's a dud? It's awesome.
I think it's amazing. But it's also where I went and decided I was getting divorced. So it has like a weird...
It's like, dark.
It's like, yeah.
It's sad and a wonder.
Vast and heavy.
Okay, well, I guess I was sold a bill of goods. Somebody must have told me, hey, Niagara Falls is a wonder. And
But you know what? There's also, when I just quickly Googled it, there's the 7 wonders of the United States.
Stop doing that. How many wonders? Not you.
That's what I'm saying.
Sarah's like, wait, what?
And they say that Grand Canyon, Golden Gate Bridge, Hoover Dam, Yellowstone. Wouldn't it be funny if it's not even on here? Denali, Grand Tetons, Old Faithful, Mount Rainier, Death Valley.
still not listed. And I'm like, cool your
really
jets.
trying to
You're
make it
not
work
that
for you,
great.
Sarah. First, I almost called you Sarah. That was weird. Really trying to make that was probably some weird Freudian slip. Really trying to make it work for you.
Well, now
Suze,
I'm mad because I almost feel like it should be on that list.
Yeah,
like
I do think it should be.
It's
like,
pretty amazing.
I mean, Hoover Dam. Meh.
Have you seen it?
It's a big dam. Yeah.
Wait, but that's man-made.
Right. Again.
Now we're combining.
Well, these are 7 wonders of the United States, so that's a mixed bag. Then there's the 7 wonders of the ancient world, which are the Great Pyramids, Hanging Gardens of Babylon.
No, these are great.
Myth Colossus of Rhodes, Statue of Zeus at Olympia, Lighthouse of Alexandria, Temple of Artemis, not Archimedes, but I almost had a moment where I was like, wait, what? And the mausoleum at
I was so excited for a
Halicarnassus.
second. Okay. Well, those are great. Okay.
I would get none of this right on a multiple choice. I would get one of those
I feel
right.
like it changes a lot, Sarah. I don't even think we should feel bad about it.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what's a natural wonder of, and 7 wonder of the man-made world.
Yeah.
And that is honey love.
That, yes. I mean, please. It is a wonder to have pants that stay in place and, like, don't fall down. I don't have to hike up, do amazing things to, like, suck me in all the right places and make me feel like, and they're not see-through.
Yes.
You know, like, I see people
We
out.
see you. Okay.
And I'm like,
it's not good.
in the bright light, I can see your undies. And...
And I don't want to.
I don't even wear undies with these guys.
Well, that's the thing.
got
With
the
the Honey
built-in
Love leggings, you don't even need to wear skivvies if you don't
Right.
feel the urge. And the their bra, their support bra is amazing. When I have the energy in the morning to get dressed before I work out, it's about 50% of the time, if I'm honest. That is what I do. I wear their crossover bra and the Honey Love leggings, which are so comfortable. Great travel pants if you're, looking for that. But it's just really nice, high quality stuff that you feel supported in without feeling like uncomfortable. Super high quality fabric. Treat yourself to the best shapewear on the market. Save 20% off at honeylove.com/braincandy. Use our exclusive link to get that 20% off. honeylove.com/braincandy. Cinched, snatched, and lifted. It's hot girl season thanks to Honey Love. I really do love them.
Yeah.
Really nice stuff. Okay. Anyway, I'm like in a mood being silly, but
I love when you're in a mood being silly.
it's because it is confusing. And I do think a lot of these places say like, we're one of the 7 wonders. And then like asterisks don't say like of what.
Right. And also like, there's no official list. It's not like the
There's no committee.
Guinness Book of Records where somebody's like presenting you with a plaque and they're like, here is the...
We're on to you.
You know what they do instead? It's the UNESCO Heritage Site, which the Great Wall absolutely is. Like, that's what
And
they
should be.
label. And, like, there is a thing that an organization that decides whether something is culturally significant.
Let's declare that we are one of the 7 wonders of the podcasting world.
Absolutely. We've been around for a long time. We have a loyal fan base. We have quality merch.
What if that was one of the right
clubs.
criterion?
I do think that should be. It should be like
because I've seen some
like,
bad merch.
or like fun extras. That would be quality merch. Would fall in there. Every now and then you get a musical episode. We got theme songs. We got spin-offs. I mean, please. It sounds like I'm winding down, but I'm not.
Oh, no, we're winding up.
Yeah. Okay, next story. Do you want to hear about housing trends or do you want to hear about animal discoveries?
Housing trends.
Okay, so did you hear that now AirBnBs are illegal in New York City?
No.
Yeah, a lot of cities are cracking down. Can't have an Airbnb like a house that you don't. And I took this. Listen to this. This is.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, now I really don't want to go. Like the requirements. So in order to, they're cracking down like illegal rental units because they're in New York City. There are 39,000 Airbnbs listed. It's the second most in the world, second only to Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is way bigger than New York. That's a fuck ton for a small city, like small amount of space. So there's a whole bunch. Nobody's living in them for most of the time. And then they just get rented out. People who don't like it, obviously the hotel groups, people who like say that this has something to do. People try to claim that this will somehow this affects like the housing market, but I think there's still going to be astronomical rent whether you have rental, like people renting out Airbnbs or not. So some of the things that they have said are now they have to register with the city, like a verification system to make sure that they are in fact like houses that qualify and not just like people are like, oh, I own this property.
How do you qualify though?
Moving forward, there are tons of restrictions. You are not allowed to rent out an entire apartment or home. It's going back to like old timey what Airbnb used to be, which is like, hey, I have this room to rent. And also,
so you really could just cordon off one room.
The host must be present during the guest stay. Well, I'm officially not renting a Airbnb ever in New York City.
You have got to be kidding me.
I knew you would. How do you feel about Airbnbs in New York City?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, never staying there.
Mm-hmm. Why would they? It sums up. Up. I smell a rat.
Uh-huh.
Like big hotel.
Right.
Got involved.
For sure.
That's like, really weird. No.
People can't be making money off of this. We have to be making money off of this.
Right. That's what all this is about. Like, who is making the money?
Totally.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And it's happened in San Francisco and some other parts in California have other, like San Francisco, you have to live in the property at least 275 days out of the year in order for it to be an Airbnb property. So they're really trying to avoid people buying places and
why though?
Turning them into rental property renting them into Airbnbs. As somebody who, when I moved to Denver, was looking for an apartment, you will be surprised at how many of them were like, because think about it, you can charge $400 a night or you can charge $2,000 a month.
Right. So then it limits housing for...
Yes.
Okay.
And now they're doing, like, we have a city where they are not cracking down on any of this. And now housing companies are, like, property companies are coming in, buying these, like, split levels, like one where they have, like, a junior suite in the basement below. Mm-hmm. They make it 2 units. Then they discount the rent of the bottom unit just a teeny tiny little bit to manage the Airbnb above. And so it's managed by people who don't really do this or just looking to get a discount on their rent. Mm-hmm. Like, I even applied for this because I was like, ooh, that's a cute place. Sure, I'll put out some
You would be
clean
great
towels.
at that.
I know I would. I was like, that looks fun. But yeah, so it feels scammy. It feels weird.
Because you know how, like, on
I don't know
property,
what the answer is, but it ain't this.
On our property, we have our home, and then there's 2 like cottages.
Yeah.
That just were there.
Yeah.
And we're renovating one, and then it'll be either Airbnb or some other kind of short-term, whatever. But it's not as if we bought it for that reason.
Right.
It's just we already have it. So we would be excluded from something like this. We wouldn't.
No, because you're still on the property.
Oh, okay. So even if I'm not in the house.
Yeah. Oh. It's really, I think this is for people who are like in like this kind of like what I described, like this housing, like property management company is like, oh, we're going to buy. And then,
but a lot of people go away on vacation and then they want to do Airbnb while they're gone and they wouldn't be there.
Right. So they give you 275 days, which gives you like 100 days.
Okay, got it.
They're like,
I see what you're saying.
Like on
They've
vacation
thought of all
for 100
this.
days, you don't live there. Right.
Right.
You know.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so maybe this is a good thing, is what you're saying. That it's,
maybe it is. Like maybe I don't right now. I want there to be a middle ground. Because I'm not renting any place where I've got a roommate. If,
right.
You know, I don't want that.
Yeah, Patricia over here.
Right.
Like,
and I think that there are, I love the, like, you know, you go somewhere and you rent a whole house out for, you know, a couple of your friends and, you know, have like a family vacation in a cabin.
Or Joe is like, oh, hey. He's like hanging out with you and your friends.
Yeah, I would hate that. Yeah. Because it does feel like there are pros and cons. Airbnb is not happy.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'll have to decide whose side I'm on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
I know one side I'm on is the side of Thrive Cosmetics.
Absolutely.
I'm wearing it all over my face right now.
That is the only thing I use now. Like the whole face.
Mm-hmm.
I use the CC cream, and I got the CC cream and the concealer. Like,
oh yeah,
and so my CC cream is like my summer color, but I can mix a little bit of the concealer that is a lighter shade, and I mix those two together, and it gives me the perfect coverage. And I feel like I can like customize it, like, you know, if I'm like in between seasons, you know, it gets a little.
Boy, do I!
Right, like summer is over. It's fucking snowing over here, so now I'm getting a little dark, a little lighter.
It's like when I'm in between spray tans.
Yeah,
I get it.
Exactly. You got to change the color, so it's like perfect for that. Then I use the contour, the blush in a stick. That's so amazing. I freaking love it. I'll never use a powder blush ever again. So good. And the bronzer like that as well. Little bit of highlighter, mascara, beep boop boop, and every now and then the eyeliner when I'm feeling frisky.
Real sassy. I'm about to rock your world though because they have a new impactful semi-permanent smoothing lipstick.
Semi-permanent.
That's perfect for spooky season because I know you do.
I was just gonna say that.
Sarah,
this is lipstick season.
Busts
I'm freaking
out
out.
all the matte lipsticks. So this stuff is like fade free up to 8 hours. 8 hours
Susie,
of
if
lippy.
you were to check my blood pressure right now, it actually like I'm like excited. Like, is it Christmas? What?
I know, it's exciting. So give it a try. Impactful semi-permanent smoothing lipstick. Amazing, amazing. I swear by it. Thrive Cosmetics is luxury beauty that gives back. They have a program where that's why it's spelled CAUSE, Cosmetics, because they give back to the community. Yes. Right now, you can get an exclusive 20% off your first order at thrivecosmetics.com/braincandy. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/braincandy for 20% off your first order. Don't forget, too, all of our codes and stuff are on our website, and we so appreciate it anytime you use them because it helps us so much. That's a great way to support the show. If you're like, I don't know, how can I help? I love Susan and Sarah.
Yes.
Well, you can.
And
do
I
that.
love like having amazing skin and good makeup.
Well, yeah, you can just get great makeup at a discount.
Everybody's
too.
happy.
Yeah, everybody's happy.
Yes. Oh, I like this.
Sarah's shopping right now.
I am. I know. I'm not supposed to do this, but I can't help it. I'll forget. Okay.
You're only human.
I'm only human. All right. So in line with the Airbnb New York story, I also heard about this new trend that is becoming especially popular in Australia. Australia is having a real problem with housing and renting, especially for students, because people who are on a student visa are only allowed to work a certain number of days, and it's like 40 days in a fortnight. And then I was like, oh, first you gotta tell me what the fuck a fortnight is.
But that's less than 40 days.
40 hours. Sorry.
Oh,
I
okay.
meant 40 hours. You're only allowed to work 40 hours. And working those amount of hours makes it so a lot of them can't afford housing.
Of course. That's such a weird rule.
Right. So there is a new term, a new thing that people are doing called hotbedding.
It sounds like something the Mormons would be into.
It does sound like that. But, it kind of maybe like...
Okay, tell me.
Sharing a bed where now in rentals, like this is common with people who maybe like you're a student and you share a bed, which it's a bedroom really. Some people are sleeping in the same bed and just like, okay, my side, your side kind of thing. And other people are like this. One woman was sharing her story where she lives with somebody who's a long haul truck driver and is gone for work. And she's like a student, like international student. And that's how they're doing it.
Would you do this?
Absolutely not. But I also am not a student who is in
I thought you were going to say yes.
I mean, now, no. But if maybe at one point, yeah. Like,
I would do it. Well, because you could do it with a girl.
Yeah, true. Of course. But I just don't like having a roommate. I always liked living alone.
That's so funny about you.
I know.
You're such a loner.
I am a loner.
I'm fascinated by it because you know how I am.
I'm
always like, why aren't you my friend anymore? Why aren't you my... Hello, don't you want to be my friend? What do you mean? Sarah's like, easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go.
That's why I don't know how I lasted this long with you, but I'm thankful.
Great. People, hey,
knock
listen,
on wood.
Like if you made it, you're in the inner circle, and now there's no going anywhere. Sorry.
Okay, so why is this specific to Australia, though?
It just happens to be where
visa rules.
Yeah, those visa rules. It's like the article that I read is like
how does that skirt the visa rules? Because you're saying it's affordable.
They can't work. Yeah, it's more affordable. Like that's the only opportunities, like the only places that are available to rent. The only thing that they can afford are rooms.
What is in it for the owner of the apartment? It seems like they just want to snuggle. But they could get that with like a regular roommate and not have to snuggle. If you only have one room.
Oh, it's basically like what's happening now is I should set it up like this. Wow, can you believe how nobody's getting paid a lot and we have a real housing shortage?
Yeah.
And people are getting so desperate to make an extra buck here and there, and there's no rooms available that they're even splitting the cost of a room to save a penny here and there.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
That's a better setup.
Yeah, there is a housing crisis for sure.
Yeah. So that's a problem.
It's a problem. But if you get a bed big enough and a nice enough roommate, I think you can get through it.
Well, maybe some people like that. Yeah.
Sounds pretty nice buddy. If you're like, well, especially if you're dating. Are we still calling that hot bedding?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is like specifically.
Why is it called hot?
I don't know. Like, I think this is something that like one of those things that like TikTok got a hold of and then.
Right.
You know.
I hear you.
It's like it says the article that I was reading says hot bedding trend grows in Australia. University students in Australia are hot bedding to cut high rental costs. Yeah. And the term refers to people using a bed that's only available for certain hours and splitting the rent for that bedroom with somebody else.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, I get it. Like you jump out of bed and it's still hot from the person who was there the night before. So
yeah, right.
I don't know. I just made that up myself, but it sounds good. Yeah.
There is a problem though, because it's the NIMBY thing where in the U.S. specifically about how like everyone's like, yeah, we need affordable housing. But they're just like, we don't want multifamily units in our neighborhood, in the rich neighborhoods, in the white neighborhoods. That's for somewhere else, but we're for it. And so as a result, then you have all these communities without, and some of them actually zone it so you cannot build multifamily units in certain communities, which is gross. I say yes in my backyard. YIMBY. I love it.
YIMBY. And I also think they should turn all of the unused, like keep people working at home. You got a bunch of empty office space. There's great security in those kind of buildings.
You said it, Sarah.
Turn the office space in downtown into affordable housing.
Yeah, I love it. I love this idea.
You could even do things that are like okay, one kitchen shared, like rooms. Like
communal kitchen, like a hostel.
Yes, this could be. I think it's a no-brainer, but you know, I in Denver there was a mayoral runoff, and the two candidates both ran on the platform of how the housing situation.
What'd they say?
And things for people who are facing homelessness. And I have heard, I see no changes. I see nothing. So it's like, okay, it was a runoff between these two. We're like, oh, who's going to do a better job at this thing? They're good. They're both. I remember being like, oh, good. Both people care about this because that's something I really care about. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's happening. I just don't see it. But
it takes a long time.
It takes a long time.
So
it really
maybe,
does. It really
maybe
does.
down the line.
Yeah. But I'm like,
that's nice of you to
They
care.
managed to redo the stadium. So.
Right. It's weird how that doesn't take as much time.
Funny. No. Okay.
What do I know, though? I swear I got to go into politics just to find out what the holdup is.
You'd be
That's
great
what,
in politics.
Katie Porter, the whiteboard lady.
I love her. I'm like, get that white. Yes. Give me that girl with the whiteboard. Woo!
I read her book. It's called I Swear, Politics is Messier Than My Minivan. And, I mean, she's hilarious. But one of the things that she really struggles with is how, even with the best intentions, the whole system is so broken that nothing really can get done in the way that you would want it to.
Right.
So that can really deflate a lot of people. Yeah. And so you have to kind of just be okay with the long haul.
Oof,
and that most people are not up for that.
Yeah. Well, in the world where you get your Amazon orders and,
yeah, we're not accustomed to waiting. We're like, hey, time is money. What the fuck?
Political change? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. And then you read it in history books, like boop, boop, boop. It's just
the bullet points.
The bullet points. And then, when you have an entire 100 years and 4 pages of a book, it feels like, oh, yeah, things happen.
Exactly.
No, not really. That's a really good point. Yeah.
I mean, you did a great job sharing all these.
And I have even more for next time. So many good ones I didn't even get to.
That's what I'm struggling with. Is
what?
I want to work on, because now I have a little more time because we've restructured our business in a way that allows me more time to really make things great. Yeah. And so I'm always listening to our episodes thinking how could I have made that better? And I think I want to become really good at knowing what stories are the right ones.
Yeah.
And what is useful, but what is funny, what is whatever. Because I hate when I either forget to tell a story or I tell one that's a clunker.
Right.
Isn't that the worst?
I already made a sheet on our shared doc with links and everything, so you can just add to it and enjoy.
All right. Well, I think this was great. I learned a lot about, we had more music than I anticipated. That was a delight.
It always is.
Where did you hear Veggie Tales, by the way?
Back when I used to
nanny or
go
something.
to church with people and our next door neighbors growing up would take me to what was it called? It was basically like Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts, Awana. Do you remember that? Do you know what that is?
Well, we didn't have that, but yeah, I know.
But it's like that, and you would complete little tasks and homework assignments.
Ours were called missionettes and
it's like
Royal Rangers.
And whoever was.
And that's where you were introduced to Veggie Tales.
Yeah,
you were so much younger than me. These are the moments where I'm like, whoa, because to me that's like my nieces and nephews.
Yeah, I was old for Veggie. I mean, I was a little older.
You're admittedly, I was 17,
but I still love songs.
But you still lost your hairbrush.
Yeah.
Good wall or great wall? Who's to say? What I know
Either way, there's a big old hole in it.
I would love to hear more about the couple that took
me
a
too.
bulldozer.
It's hard to find. I'm telling you, they.
It's like a cover up.
Yeah, it's one of the 7 great mysteries.
There should be. Well, we're covering one of the 7 great mysteries on the 7 great podcasting shows. So
yes,
and then Airbnb.
Yeah.
Do we like it? We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe there's more to the story. Maybe, but they're cracking down, and could be good, could be bad.
For now, I'm just hot bedding with my cat.
Yeah,
who won't leave me alone.
Well, that's
I'm
nice.
gonna have to keep the door shut. I'm getting annoyed.
Those are problems I would love to
Did you see that picture of her laying on me?
No. Oh, I have to. I'll go.
This was on my Insta story because if
you mean the weekend I was drugged? No, I missed that. Okay.
It's like if I don't get up to feed them because of Smalls.
Oh, this
are
Lava, dramatic.
Who is overweight right now. She is put on some holiday weight. She will lay across me, and I'm holding my phone trying to read the news. I will have to send you this. You won't believe it.
Yeah, I want to see.
Because she's like, I don't think you're getting it. I would love breakfast.
Right now.
All right, people. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.